It's a Moline tradition. Share Joys is a fundraising initiative that's raised more than $1.5 million for students in the school district since 1949. And this year marks the program's 75th anniversary. Here with more is Moline High School teacher Heidi Norcross and Moline student Rowan Smith. Thank you both for being here, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, what a really cool initiative. And I loved learning about it in preparing for your segment here today. But Heidi, for anybody that doesn't know about Share Joys, just give us a little background on what it is.
Sure. Share Joys is a fundraiser that is unique to Moline High School. We actually do it every holiday season, where the kids host an array of events and sell foods and snacks and treats, and all the money that we raise goes to buying clothing for about 375 students in the Moline Coal Valley School District.
That's amazing.
Yep, it's pre-K all the way up to 12th grade in all 15 Moline Coal Valley schools. I kind of started in 1949 with the editor of the school newspaper, the Linotype, and she had an idea to buy toys for kids. It was originally called Share Joys Buys Toys.
Right.
And then they changed focus a little later to make it a clothing drive, and we've been going with that for the last 75 years.
Wow, what an impact.
Yes, definitely.
That you have been able to have. Amazing. So, Rowan, I can imagine that this brings the entire high school together. This is something that's really important to students. What are some of the different ways that you guys work to raise money?
We do all sorts of things. So a lot of our clubs in our schools host different events. Our NHS, National Honor Society, does a lot of the big out front work. We had our annual donut eating contest this year that raised about $7,000 that happened this morning.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's amazing.
And then on the actual days of Share Joys, that is next week, next Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
The whole school will give tickets to do fun things in their classes, like watch movies or play games, and the departments host different things, like the English department will have Happy Joe's Pizza and Old Town Bakery cookies, and our World Language department will do quesadillas and crepes, and there's plenty of games and lots of different options. And then our other clubs, like Student Congress, will have like a grill at lunch, or NHS does Whitey's, and it's just a great way to bring us all together for every class.
Wow, so it's definitely something that you all look forward to.
Very much.
Every single year. That's amazing. And you guys, the seniors, they dress up as elves.
Yes.
And hand out treats and things like that?
Yes, so I'm going to be an elf.
Yay!
Our big staple in Moline is Oreo balls. We love our Oreo balls. So a lot of our elves will bake different treats and go around to different classes or passing periods to sell them at different prices, different tickets for different foods, and students love them. It's usually a lot of the elves sell out by the maybe 4th or 5th period.
Wow, amazing. And we just actually saw a little bit of video of a previous donut eating contest. So this is really one of your biggest events, and that took place just this morning.
Just this morning.
So just this morning you were able to raise $7,000.
Right.
That's truly an incredible impact. Very cool. So Heidi, you would say this initiative really helps students in more ways than one. Obviously, you're helping students at 15 schools, I think you said, throughout the district with that impact and that need. But it feels like the reach goes beyond that, because when you look at all the students at Moline High School that are participating, they're learning something too.
Right. It's absolutely, it's teaching all students to be carers and sharers and to think about others, especially during the holidays, and really know what it's like to give back.
Yeah.
Kids are impressionable and young, and this is one of the really cool things we do in Moline. And a lot of times, I've been doing this teaching for a while and doing Share Joys for a while, and one of the things that my former students always say, and former Moline students always say, is they have great memories and fond memories of Share Joys. So it's something that stays with kids through a lifetime.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's something I think to model after, at other schools and districts and things like that. So we talked about, how much money has been raised since the inception of Share Joys. You have big goals. Okay, so for the last, I would say, few years, because you sent me all that information, you guys have been able to raise about $50,000 per year, which is huge. But you have big goals for this year, Rowan.
Yes, we do. It's our 75th anniversary, so we're going 75 for 75 and hoping to raise $75 $75,000.
Wow.
I think our current school record is about $62,000, and that was from my freshman year.
Wow.
And with the extra support from the community and what we've engaged with this year, we've been at Culver's and Panera and Chick-fil-A and working with a lot of different businesses to help us get there, and it's quite
That is
amazing.
so exciting. And that translates, Heidi, directly to how many students you can help.
Right. You know, we've been trying to help between 350 and 375
So
students,
many, yeah.
but you know, the more money we're able to raise, the more students we're able to help. So
Yeah.
that's really the big goal.
That's the big goal. Okay, so after you raise the money and, you know, the campaign, the initiative is over for the year, what happens next as far as, you know, getting those needed items to those students that you raised the money for?
So students that are chosen for Share Joys, we essentially allow the school, each elementary school, middle school, high school,
Sure.
we allow the counselors and the principals and the teachers kind of have their different methods of how they choose families and choose students to receive Share Joys.
Okay.
And then once we know how much money we've raised, staff members and the family members of those students have, you know, a shopping day. We go to the Moline J.C. Penney's. And over the course of a week, we do a lot of shopping for those kids. So
That is super cool.
Yeah.
A very neat thing. One thing that I was reading about that, Heidi, I don't know if you can speak to, that I thought was really funny is over, you know, these last 75 years, it has morphed and changed in so many different ways. I mean, I think the first few years that you did this, like 15 students were helped by it, and now, you know, it's grown dramatically. But one thing I thought was funny is that some events and activities have been toned down quite a bit over the years. So we don't talk a little bit about that, because some of the examples had me laughing.
Yep, some of the things that we used to do back in its heyday were pretty outrageous. We had goldfish eating contests, for example. Kids would, you know, take collections for, you know, however many Share Joys tickets they could raise to shave their heads or
Oh
dye
my
their
gosh.
hair, or just a lot of outrageousness. If you know, high school kids can
High school
come up
kids
with a lot
can
of
get
outrageous.
Crazy,
So.
yeah. I just love it. I love the history there. I think that's why it makes me laugh so much. It just, you think of all the different decades that this has, you know, this initiative has survived, and how many people have been behind it. So it's just a wonderful thing. And there is still time to donate to the Share Joys fundraising campaign. And I think, yeah, that we have the link there on your screen, so you can just visit that website. It's a Moline website. We'll be sure to include that on our website as well, which is kwqc.com/Quad Cities Live. So as soon as we post the segment for everybody, you can go online and you'll be able to click that link and help them reach that goal of $75,000. I have no doubt that you can do it. Thank you both so much.
Thank you
for being
so
here
much.
today. Yes,
Appreciate being here.
Absolutely. Still to come.